Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. My topic is non-metals. It is for class 9th. What is a non-metal and what are the properties of non-metals? A non-metal is an element that is neither malleable nor ductile and does not conduct electricity. Some of the examples of non-metals are carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, etc. Now, what are the properties of non-metals? The first property is non-metals are not malleable. Non-metals are brittle. Non-metals cannot be beaten into thin sheets with a hammer. They break into small pieces when hammered. Another property is non-metals are not ductile. This means that non-metals cannot be drawn into wires. They are easily snapped on stretching. Non-metals are bad conductors of heat and electricity. They do not allow heat and electricity to pass through them. Non-metals are not lustrous. They are not shiny. They are dull in appearance. Non-metals are generally soft, except diamond, which is extremely hard non-metal. Non-metals are not strong. They have low tensile strength. That means non-metals cannot hold large weights. Non-metals have low melting points and boiling points. Non-metals have low densities. They are light substances. Non-metals are not sonorous. Non-metals do not make a ringing sound when we strike them. They have many different colors. Now there are few elements which show some properties of metals and other properties of non-metals. So they are called metalloids. The elements which show some properties of metals and some other properties of non-metals are called metalloids. For example, they look like metals but they are brittle like non-metals. They are neither conductors of electricity like metals nor insulators like non-metals. They are semiconductors. Their properties are intermediate between the properties of metals and non-metals. If we take the examples of metalloids, boron, silicon and germanium, they are metalloids. So these metalloids, they show some properties of metals and some properties of non-metals. So these are called metalloids. Now, what is a compound? A compound is a substance made up of two or more elements chemically combined in a fixed proportion by mass. For example, water. Water is a compound. It is made up of two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. These are chemically combined in a fixed proportion of 1:8 by mass. Similarly, sodium chloride, that is common salt, it is made up of two elements, sodium and chlorine. Ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, is a compound made up of three elements, nitrogen, hydrogen and chlorine. Silicon dioxide is a compound made up of two elements, silicon and oxygen. Marble, that is calcium carbonate, it is made up of calcium, carbon and oxygen. Ammonia, it is made up of nitrogen and hydrogen. Carbon dioxide is made up of carbon and oxygen. So the compound is made up of two or more elements. They are chemically combined in a fixed proportion.